Hello, Dry Creek Dragons! It's Mr. Reynolds here with a brand new video just for you, for your music education. So nice to see you all. This is our last video. It's very sad. Very sad, Dry Creek Dragons. This is our last video for this school year. But don't worry, we'll be picking this up again in the fall. And when I get to see you all then. Okay, great. So we're going to skip the warm-up that we would normally do. And we're going to get right into the music today. Okay, so today's going to be completely different from anything we've done because I wanted to change gears a little bit and show you something new. So, some of you may or may not know, but I play some instruments, and I wanted to show you the instruments that I play and play them a little bit for you, and we can play, and we can do a little bit of some fun stuff with that as well. So first instrument I'm going to show you is this. This is my trumpet. So take a look at it. This is a trumpet. If you get to, when you get to 6th grade, if you want to, you can choose to play this instrument. 6th graders get to start choosing their band instruments if they wish. So this is my trumpet. The trumpet actually comes in 2 pieces. So there's this piece right here. It's called the mouthpiece. It's the part that you put against your face like this, and then you blow through it. You blow through it like that. And then when you have it in its case, you have the trumpet and you have the mouthpiece, and then you put it together just like this. Okay? Now, what else is going on here with the trumpet? You have these 3 buttons. They are called valves. And you can see right here, there's these columns right here. And so whenever you push down a button, well, first off, you're blowing air in here, and the air goes all through all of these tubes, and then comes out the bell. This is called the bell. So that's what happens. The air, you blow air in here, it spins around in here through all the tubes, and comes out the bell. Now, when you push down a valve, as I was saying before, it changes the direction of the air. So if you push down this valve, it makes the air go in these little extra tubes. So it makes it so the air has farther to travel. And when you push down this valve, it makes it so the air now has to go through this little tiny tube on the side here. And when you push down this valve, it makes so that the air also has to go through this little longer tube here. So any time that you push down a valve, it makes the air that's traveling through your trumpet have to travel farther. Okay? So that's the basic gist of it. One other thing is right here on the end is what's called the tuning slide. So I don't know if you ever heard or done it yourself, but sometimes when you play music or you sing music, sometimes it doesn't sound quite right. It's usually because you're out of tune, meaning your note is not quite right. Either you're a little too high or you're a little too low. Well, here is my tuning slide, and you see I'm pulling it out. So if I'm ever out of tune, if I'm ever playing and my notes don't sound just quite right, I'm able to move this in and out, and it helps me make it so that my playing is as good as I can make it. Okay, that's the tuning slide. So why don't we hear what it sounds like? Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to play one long note for you so you can hear what it sounds like. Okay, that's just a simple note here that you can play. You can do a set of scales that go up and down. Something like that. Here I'm gonna play a song for you that you may or may not have heard. It's a fun little song here. It's called Sweet Caroline. Just gonna play a little bit of it, not all of it. Let's see how I do. Okay, so what you heard was a little bit of part of Sweet Caroline. You also heard Mr. Reynolds make a couple mistakes. I haven't played my trumpet in a while, and I'm not quite warmed up, so it happens, okay? But still, playing the trumpet, it's pretty fun. You can hear the trumpet sounds pretty high, right? It's not like a low instrument. It's a high instrument. Okay? So that's the trumpet. We are going to, I'm going to pick this up and play it a little bit later. I just want to show you my other instrument now. Okay? Oh, this instrument is a little bit bigger. I got to scoot back. This is my trombone. I can't even fit it all, barely all on the screen. My trombone. Much bigger instrument. Okay? This is actually my main instrument. The instrument that I play the most is my trombone. Look at this. It's kind of similar. It has a mouthpiece, just like the trumpet. It's bigger, though, isn't it? It's a bigger mouthpiece. And you can blow through it just like you were blowing through the trumpet, but it's bigger and it's lower. You'll notice the bigger the instrument, the lower it sounds. And then I just put my mouthpiece right there. This actually comes in two parts right here. So there's the bell part of it. And then this is called the slide. And why is it called the slide, you might be wondering? It's not like you go down it on a playground. No, it's called a slide because look, it slides. Wow, it moves. It expands, it gets bigger, and we call it the slide. Okay? My trombone has a special part to it that not all trombones have, and it's called a valve. Just like on a trumpet had the little buttons that are valves. Well, this one has a valve that's like right here. It's a little, my thumb goes right there on it, and I can move this little doohickey here with my thumb, and it's a valve. So just like a trumpet, I blow in here, and the air travels down the slide, and then back up the slide, and then around this corner, and then out the bell, just like that. That's sort of the path the air travels. And when I push down the valve, it adds an extra loop. There's an extra little loop, so the air has to travel farther when I push down the valve. It goes through this extra loop. Okay? So, you want to hear a note here played with my trombone here? Just going to play a long note. You hear how it's different, how it's lower. And you can see as I move my slide, the whole instrument gets longer, and the sound will go down. Just like that. Okay? I'm going to play a different song. This one's more interesting in my opinion. And I played this a long time ago, and I just picked it up today because I wanted to play it for you, and we'll see how I do. We'll just see how we do. Okay, here we go. And I'm playing it on my iPad, so I keep tapping my iPad because it keeps darkening because it's about to turn off. So here we go. Here we go. One. I'm going to start over. Okay, the beginning was a little rough, I'm sorry, but it turned out okay. So Mr. Reynolds makes mistakes just like everyone else. Let me try that one more time, just the beginning one more time. Okay, so there you go. Now, you might hear me taking big breaths. I'm taking big, deep breaths because I keep on blowing the air out the instrument through the mouthpiece and out and around. So trombone, really cool instrument. It's an instrument that you get to play, choose to play if you wish, when you get to 6th grade. Okay. Now, really quick, we're going to do one more thing, interactive thing here. I'm going to pick up my trumpet again. And I am going to play some rhythms, and I want you to copy them by clapping. So I'm going to play a rhythm on my trumpet, and I want you to clap the rhythm back at me. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, cool. So the cool thing is, with just like when we are clapping T's and Ta's, or counting our rhythms, or saying it with our mouths, you do the same thing with instruments. You use the same rhythm. So when I go, that's the same thing as going T, T, Ta, Ta, T, T. It's just done, instead of doing it with your voice and your hands clapping, I'm doing it with my mouth, my air, my lungs, and my tongue. So when I make the notes short, I'm using my tongue. I'm going ta, 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 tu, 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 tu. That's my tongue going tu, 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 tu. Okay? So, all of the things that we learn in music, all the things, rhythms and singing songs and all of that stuff works its way really well into instruments. In fact, instruments need all of that stuff for the foundation for what they do. So, I hope that you found this enjoyable. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your summer. And I hope that you'll pick up a really cool instrument at some point and do something fun with it. Okay? Great. Thank you all so very much. I miss you all. You don't even know how much I miss you all. Okay? Bye-bye.